Emirates. The docks stretch from Tower Bridge to City Airport, and the Museum of London Docklands is preserving the history of this crucial trading hub.
The building we're sitting in is built in 1802. When it was built, it was the biggest warehouse in the world. The Romans first settled on the Thames, and obviously the Vikings came after the Romans. And all throughout history, there's always been lots and lots of trade. There was loads and loads of privacy. In actual fact, there's a gibbet cage in the museum, and he wasn't executed in the gibbet cage. He was hung, and then he would have been cut down, and then he would have been put into 5 bodies hanging right along the foreshore. So as you behave yourself, right, otherwise this is going to happen to you. Warehouses played a very important part in the war, because if you knock out the infrastructure, and you kind of nation out. Now you can imagine the ferocity of the bombing. And sometimes you had the sugar going up and catching light, and then at the very end of the buildings you had the rum going up and catching light, and it would actually make slab toffee, and all the children would be drowned the following morning. Walk around and you can see where all these things happen.
The East End docks have undergone major redevelopment in recent decades. Royal Victoria Dock is now home to XL London. King George V Dock has become the grounds for City Airport. The Royal Albert Dock to the north of the airport is next for redevelopment.
Used to be the commercial centre for the British Empire when we first came off the ships. This is going to be an Asian business port. Companies from Asia will be able to set up their headquarters and trade into Europe. The city airport will allow business people to travel to and from European cities, attend meetings in Paris, and within 2 hours be back at their desks here in London. When this complex is finished, when we reach this area, we bring it alive again. It really is going to be very exciting.
Down below, the River Lee flows into the Thames on its northern bank. After rising near Lee,
Built the biggest ship in the world, the Great Eastern. And this place, of course, for 100 years, this country.
The post-industrial revolution, the electronic technological revolution, began in the Lee Valley in 1904 by a man called Professor Bowles. All the electronic gizmos we have today can be traced back to this single here in the Lee Valley. Paul Nehemiah Ferguson invented the first ever colour television. We had the Royal Small Arms Burton-on-Trent that made India Pale Ale. India Pale Ale was invented in London's Lee Valley by George Hodgson. So we've got a lot to thank the Lee.
Crystal, a building owned and operated by Siemens, that was designed to be one of the greenest in the world and contains the world's largest permanent exhibition of its kind.
We are in one of the most sustainable buildings in the world. It demonstrates discovery. It tries to make people imagine how their city might look by the middle of this century.
You're flying the Emirates airline. Exit here for the XL Exhibition Centre, the Crystal, Royal Victoria Docks, and an exit to the left.